Man, she's walking with a pretty big limp. I know in our... Ooh, it's making me nervous. In our open class, she had a really gnarly submission with Gabby Pisania. Remember that ankle lock? And she limped off the mat. It was pretty bad. And then she ended up coming through the rest of the day in her weight class. And she looked really strong, but she definitely was hurting and limping throughout the rest of her division. And so not surprised, unfortunately, to see her come out looking like that in the Open to the finals. But if you've ever watched Elisabeth Clay, you know she is tough as nails. I don't think it's going to make a difference in this match, to be honest. Double guard pull. Thalyta has the advantage for coming up on top.
Elisabeth looking for her first black belt world title, as is Thalyta. Elisabeth has won the no-gi worlds, but looking for her first world title in the gi. Thalyta Silva has taken silver at the worlds twice, once back in 2022, and then most recently in 2023. So Elisabeth playing with that lasso. Both ankles heavily taped.
Yeah, we were talking about this yesterday because in her weight class, she came out with both ankles taped and she didn't have it previously. And it was definitely a case of like, okay, one ankle got hurt, we're going to tape up both just so we're not telegraphing anything here. So you see that pretty often. Her foot's stuck in the gi. I think she's motioning to the ref to try to get that removed. Big pressure coming in from Thalyta. You can see she's trying to open her elbow. She's probably going to try to swim her right hand to the outside of the thigh to undo that lasso of Liz. And she's also got her left hand on the other pant, pinning the ankle down, really stacking Liz over the top. Now, one of the things Liz is pretty known for is her dexterity and her flexibility with regard. She's really big on omoplatas, gogoplatas. She's got a very strong leg lock game as well, especially no gi. But also in the gi, finishes a lot of ankle locks and toe holds. So we see her stacked like this quite often. It's not necessarily anything to be alarmed about. It's just one of her comfort places. But that doesn't mean that it can't open up the back or a possible opportunity to get to side control from Thalyta Silva.
So they have had 4 matches in IBJJF competition at black belt. Thalyta's won 3. Elisabeth has won 1. The most recent one came at the 2023 Brasileiros in the semifinal, where Thalyta won via decision. Elisabeth's win came at the final of the 2023 Pans, where she won by knee bar. So 2.5 minutes in, 1 advantage for Thalyta Silva against Elisabeth Clay. Spider lasso. Thalyta trying to break the grips. We saw the way Elisabeth Clay limped onto the mat. Obviously, that's going to affect what she's able to do in this final, but so far, looking great.
Yes, it's one of those things too, Danny. We talked about this yesterday that, you know, not that anyone is a fan of fighting injured, but elite athletes, they have a way of compartmentalizing, you know, and the adrenaline takes care of a lot of it as well. Obviously, if something's broken, that's different because it can't be used, although we see that as well. But typically, you know, I don't think that's going to stand in Liz's way. I think that she came out here prepared to do whatever it takes, even fight through a lot of pain. And there's adrenaline, there's intensity. You know, she's going to do what she needs to do. So I noted that coming out just to note, like, oh, wow, yeah, definitely, you know, we were wondering if the injury was serious. It looks like it is. But you're right. I don't think that's going to stand in her way. She looks very strong, very composed. Came out, you know, in her closed guard now. She's giving Thalyta a lot of problems here. She actually wrapped the lapel around her own foot. Like I mentioned, she's really well known for her flexibility. She does a lot of omoplatas and gogoplatas. Very difficult to deal with here, and I think Thalyta knows that. She's going to try to stand up and pick Elisabeth Clay up in the air. Liz actually opts to open her right leg now. She won't be able to triangle from here because Thalyta has her left hand inside, as we can see, but it is loosening the grip that Liz Cole has and the control, although this could lead her to switch over to an omoplata. But look at the way Thalyta backs her body out and pulls her arm out of that omoplata. That was really, really well defended.
Especially with that lapel grip, it looks like she was using that to be able to break the posture and increase the level of control.
Bit of an argument here on the reset because Liz wants to make sure she had the lapel that she did when they separated, and there they go. She wraps it back again, and now on this time, she's underhooking the forearm. It's a little different than what she had before, because before, Thalyta had a grip on her collar, her sleeve with the left hand, which she does now again, but pouring the pressure on, starting to come to the left-hand side. Liz has her foot now in the bicep as well, her left foot. Her left hand is reaching down to break Thalyta's right hand grip off of her pants, because spreading her leg apart like that is what could make it difficult for Liz to maintain her guard. She needs to be able to bring her right knee up to her elbow, which we're seeing her try to do. So Thalyta's grip is really going to be good at spreading Liz's body apart, which is what you need, especially with someone with such great guard retention. They're very comfortable being smushed in half. They're very comfortable with their knees up to their ears. A lot of the time, what it comes down to is stretching their knees away from their head. We see an adjustment here on the pant of Liz Clay. Sometimes those get stuck up around the knees, and so the referee will pull it down. That way the athletes can make grips. Thalyta gets free of that lapel grip here.
I think that with Elizabeth Clay's guard retention skills and her flexibility, do you think that allows her to take some more chances because she can recover from some of these difficult passing positions?
Yes, certainly. You see her go up onto her shoulders quite often. She's very comfortable, taking chances from her guard because it's so hard to pass. So even if someone does come in with a lot of heavy pressure, she's able to fall into positions that keep her pretty protected.
Three minutes, 42 seconds remain. Thalyta Silva leads Elisabeth Clay by 1 advantage. This is your middleweight final at the 2025 IBJJF World Jiu-Jitsu Championships.
See Queixinho in her corner, coaching Liz Clay. Been coaching her a very long time. Liz Clay inching forward in her open butterfly guard. Notice she pops her feet out to avoid the grips from Thalyta coming in. Liz is going to try to avoid those pant grips. You can see her pulling her feet back and breaking them as they come in. Thalyta does have a strong one here on the right side, though, but she kind of goes straight into the guard with it, which could be dangerous. Liz has a little bit of a TP choke there without the arm. I don't think the arm is inside. I think it's just the head. But this could earn her an advantage if Thalyta does defend. I can't tell if her arm is inside. No, her hand's not inside the collar. It's just the head here.
It's hard to tell if her legs are on the neck. It looks like Thalyta's almost able to slide her head out, but Elisabeth has those grips on the back of the lapel.
I mean, I've seen people finish this before, it's hard to tell when you're not in there how deep something really is. Thalyta, though, for her, because the advantage can make the difference here. Oh, but as I say that, Thalyta coming into a strong passing position, but look at Liz's left foot inside. Her left foot is actually threaded behind the armpit as well. Wow. Liz's guard is unreal.
Two minutes left. Elisabeth Clay still trailing by 1 advantage. I believe it was a double guard pull where Thalyta came up in the beginning of the match.
Liz fully inverting now. Her right foot, I thought it was coming through between Thalyta's legs. Now they kind of reset. Liz knows here she's got to make a lot happen in order to put something on the board with 90 seconds. Again, has a strong grip on the bottom pant. That's a really common theme in this match for Thalyta. Saved her a lot of trouble and made it very difficult for Liz to get her attacks firing off. Notice Thalyta grabs the collar with her right hand and the pant with her left and tries to circle around towards the head. Winding down the time here. There's 45 seconds, a little over 45 seconds.
Thalyta just staying really tight.
Yeah, she's
trying to inch her way forward.
Yeah, it's likely. I mean, she's doing enough to be okay. She could be called for a stalling, a penalty, if she's not careful. With 25 seconds, though, she would still stay in the lead in that case. She's probably willing to risk it. Oh, Liz is doing whatever she can to get something going, but Thalyta staying very, very tight and protected here. Thalyta with an underhook now on the leg. Almost closes a triangle there in the last seconds.
And that is going to do it. Thalyta Silva defeats Elisabeth Clay by 1 advantage to become your 2025 middleweight world champion. I know it was a long journey to this point for Thalyta Silva. Took silver at the Worlds twice. Also dealt with some major injuries last year that she came back from. What a performance from Thalyta Silva. Gets the win in the final over Elisabeth Clay.
Wow, definitely a big emotional moment, especially after taking silver twice. Like you said, Danny, you can definitely feel a lot of, it's one of those things we see from champions over and over after losing and finally getting it. Big moment.
Female middleweight champion is Thalyta Silva.
Thalyta Silva, your 2025 middleweight world champion. Wins her first black belt world title.